Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at On the Edge. So for this one, I did the mix, but I did not do the master. For the master, we sent it off to Mike Collegian of Rogue Planet Mastering, and he did an absolutely great job. So let's dive right into the mix. Just give you a taste of what it sounds like. You're so So I came up with this idea to pitch the guitars an octave down for this section, but it just sounded absolutely ridiculous on its own. I'll show you what that sounds like. So yeah, it sounds really heavy, but in context of the rest of the song, it just stuck out like a sore thumb. So we decided not to do that, but instead to blend that low octave with the original guitars, and that sounds like this. Now I'll mute the low guitar. We'll just go over the drum bus quickly. I just have an API on there just to add some subtle compression. You can see the needle's just barely moving, and I have the attack at 30 milliseconds and release at about 0.15. So that's adding just a tiny bit of glue. All right, after that, let's head over to guitars now. All right, so let's take off all our plugins. We got about 1,000 plugins here, as you can see on the left. First up, we got a compressor. So I'm actually compressing the DI before it hits the amp simulator. So that's pretty cool technique you can try if your DI is like all over the place. This can kind of help tame everything and get it ready for the amp. All right, so for the actual amp simulator, we got the STL tone hub. But it just needs a bit of taming. Now let's clean everything up with this EQ. So I'm going to bypass it first. So yeah, big move here. I'm taking out a ton of this palm mute, like 200 hertz area. And sometimes I'll do this with a dynamic EQ, but when it's really crazy like that, I'll just take it right out. And then a big old mid scoop because, you know, scoop the mids always. Awesome, and then I'm just taking out a bunch of this really annoying stuff up here. You'll hear how like scratchy and whistly it sounds when I bypass all these, and then I'm going to bring them back in. For the solo here, let's go over this. So with solos, to help them cut, I like to really push like around the 1K to 1.5K area. That just brings a lot of presence to the guitars, makes them cut through. So I started off with this like kind of copy paste of the other leads where I'm just taking out some harsh stuff. But by doing so, you kind of lose a bit of presence to the guitars. They don't cut as well. So I come in with this SSL emulation, and I'm boosting just a tiny bit of AK there. And then I'm bringing the C4, so I'm doing that same kind of trick where, you know, if I play a low note, these bands will duck, and then the higher ones, I'm actually boosting overall as well. So I'm kind of using it as an EQ. Then cool thing here, we got a creative automation trick. So there's a very big gap in the song right here, where absolutely like everything cuts out of the mix. And I'm accentuating that by ducking the guitar delay and guitar reverb at that section, so the guitar gets super dry. And you can especially hear that when I solo it. And yeah, that wraps up leads. For Jake's solo, like I'm just doing the exact same processing, so. And one more lead I just want to touch on is the single coil lead right here. So I'm just playing on position 4 of my 5-way switch. So I'm getting that really twangy kind of telly sound, and I'm accentuating that kind of nasal frequency that comes with single coils through distortion. Taking out some harsh stuff as well, and then I got a little palm mute fixer-upper. And then we just got an L1 just to kind of hold everything in place.
We've been here before. The same course expecting.
And then a lot of people probably don't even know these are here, but this very high octave
This needs to be the end.
adds a really nice effect to the other vocals here.
This needs to be the end. 'Cause I'm standing on the edge.
Hey guys, this is Carter, my brother Kyle from As the Structure Fails. Thanks for watching the mix preview.
So if you'd like to see Brian mix the full song, click the link in the description to join the group.
Since we update it monthly, you're gonna gain access to a ton of super valuable music production tips. We'll see you in there.
Cheers.